So it's been a while since I posted anything. We don't want to talk about it anyways. This video is the first in my breakdown of my favorite video game, Cyberpunk 2077. I don't think people give Cyberpunk the love it deserves because of its piss poor release in 2020. But I've been playing the game since the day after release. I got it for my birthday and I was really excited to have a new RPG to play, and I got sucked into the world of Night City. Even through the map clipping and the broken dialogue options, I knew that this game had such a special charm to it, and it hasn't been replicated other than through the TTRPG that it comes from. Regardless, let's go through one of the core themes to the game that formed that special charm to me. By the way, this contains major endgame spoilers, so you have been warned, and spoilers for the prologue, and just spoilers in general. So if you don't heed my warning and you're like, oh, there's spoilers, you've been warned. So suck it up. Trying to make something of yourself in a world that doesn't care. From my friend I. At the beginning of the story, your main character V experiences in some way a type of betrayal. This changes depending on the 3 separate life paths that you can take. For the Nomad, it's your previous clan. V left when they merged with Snake Nation and refuses to communicate with them, and they don't want to communicate with you anymore. Left to start their life anew with the skills they learned as a Nomad, V starts as a smuggler of odd goods across Night City lines. After a stunt with immigration police and the accompanying smuggler Jackie Wells, V is thrown into the winds of Night City. In the Street Kid path, it's the fixer Kirk Sayer. He's a grimy portrayal of the relationships in Night City. He just wants money and he'll do anything to get it. Or betray anyone to get it. Sent to steal one of the most expensive cars on the market, V encounters another thief aiming for the same car. Getting caught by the owner and the NCPD, Kirk leaves you to deal with the police. It's kill or be killed, and Kirk sure does not want to be in the latter. Turns out, V and the other thief, Jackie Wells, managed to barely escape the grasp of the NCPD, much to Kirk's dismay, and are set to work together from then on. Finally, in the Corpo life path, when working at Arasaka, you're forced to participate in the heinous crime of murder for the sake of the corporation. Moving up the corporate ladder, V was eventually sought out by their superior, Arthur Jenkins, to kill again, that of Susan Abernathy. Their plot had been foiled by Abernathy, and regardless of V's unwilling nature towards the mission, they're kicked to the curb by Arasaka's henchmen. Now fired and stripped of all of their implants, V was thrown to the wolves, only then able to find the support of their friend Jackie Wells and alcohol in a dirty nightclub, but together, set on taking back what they had lost. The commonality of all 3 life paths that you can probably tell is who guides you through the intricacies of Merc life. It's Jackie Wells. Together, the 2 of you take Night City by storm and establish yourselves as minorly notorious mercenaries. Regardless of any of the hardships you encounter, together there is nothing you can't do. From taking on the Maelstrom gang to surviving shootouts in the streets of Night City, V and Jackie were an undefeatable duo. Until they're given the mission by the infamous fixer, Dexter Deshawn, to steal the soul killer Ingram known as the Relic with the construct of terrorist Johnny Silverhand. V and Jackie don't know that Johnny is on that engram, but they don't really know that until afterwards. If you played the game, you know that it doesn't quite go to plan, and both V and Jackie end up dead by the end of the mission. Jackie by the hands of Arasaka, trying to escape the hotel the relic was held in, and V of Dexter Deshawn after the mission goes belly up, set on cutting all loose ends to flee Night City. Just another betrayal under V's belt. By a miracle, or plot armor, when V implanted the relic, it managed to reboot their brain, rebuilding the damage of the bullet hole put there by Dexter Deshawn. Crawling their way out of a dump of the outskirts of Night City, V is reborn into an entirely new experience. The terrorist Johnny Silverhand, appearing to V in hallucinations, has now damned them to once again another death in a few weeks' time when their brain is completely destroyed by the relic, to have their personality completely rewritten by Johnny's. However, V can climb the ranks of mercenary work, becoming a Night City legend. Buy every expensive car available in Noosa and the most lavish apartments money can buy in the short time that they have left. Yet, time and time again, V is placed into situations where the world absolutely destroys their reality. Again, regardless of any of the hardships, V perseveres to try and make something of yourself in a world that doesn't care. Their goal from the beginning was to take all that Night City had to offer and make it their own. Their impending doom doesn't stop V from achieving the most and becoming the best in Night City. There are moments where their spirit wavers, of course, relic malfunctions, more friends dying, and the general depression that comes with slowly dying. But the majority of the game is to live in the world of Night City. From the bars, street racing, neon signs, gangs, friends, families, lovers, and everything in between, this game constantly asks you, the player, the question, how would you try and make something of yourself in a world that doesn't care? Cyberpunk beautifully portrays the reality that we're living in. In a world where we're surrounded by the noise of social media, overwhelmed by information, hatred, war, and a bit of the ridiculous, we easily lose ourselves in the noise. Cyberpunk serves to remind the player that through the hardest of experiences, either losing the most important people in your life or losing yourself along the way, there will always be another chance for you somewhere. What you make of yourself is up to you. This honestly was more of a recap of the beginning of the story, and there's so much more that I have yet to explore, like the deep philosophical roots that littered the data shards across the map, the musical significance to each mission by their name, not to mention the tarot cards or the very end of the game and the routes that you can take. Either way, I'll be breaking those down on a later date because each section deserves their own video. But for now, thanks for watching and listening to me ramble about my favorite video game, Cyberpunk 2077. V was eventually sought out by their superior, Arthur Jenkins, to kill again. That of Super